All right, Kate, let's let everybody in on like the editing magic and kind of like the incredible complex problems you have to deal with when
I just want to let everyone know from my angle here that I said to Bridget, it's something funny and don't take it personally.
Okay, guys, let's all take that statement. When someone says no offense, you're gonna be offended.
I did not say that.
You did it, but it felt in that bucket. No?
Maybe. Maybe a little. All I said is, listeners, if you haven't listened yet, give a listen to our Thelma and Louise episode. And all I said to Bridget was, you said the word wow a lot. And I did edit some wows out. But it gave me Owen Wilson vibes. And that's just fun. So.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, see? Wow. Well, that's like Jennifer Coolidge.
Wow. What made it funnier is I never noticed these things. I say repetitive phrases. I know this about myself. And as then we have talked for the last 30 minutes, I kept saying, wow. So I'm like, oh, there it is again. Oh, there. So Katie has now put on an electric collar on my neck.
No!
And I will buzz every time I say, wow. Pray for me. Pray for me.
I like your wows.
Wow.
Wow is a good response to things sometimes.
So new drinking game if I have. So I think of it like a food jag. You know what that is?
What?
You know, like
jag?
Like a food jag. You've ever heard of that?
Sounds like a slur.
No, it's not. I don't think so. It's when, let's say you're just like in love with having a bagel every morning and that's all you want to eat. You just want to eat bagels every morning. You're in like a food jag. That's all you want to eat.
Oh.
Bagel. That's how I am with words sometimes, where I just like go to town and I just abuse it and I say it so much and everyone's sick of it. And then I'd probably go on to the next one. I think I'm in like a word jag.
Okay, I am listening to that, but I am also thinking, you didn't know what on the lamb was, but food jag is in your vocabulary? I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm a little lost. You know what you haven't said in a long time?
Oh, no.
That used to be what I would consider a catchphrase of yours was spot on.
Oh!
That was like an earlier episode.
You're right. You know what, though? I do
say.
take some of your phrases because I think my brain's like, you have to change it up. And at work today, I told someone, if this X doesn't happen, I'll flip a table. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like Katie.
That's just the Jersey in you being referenced. Come on. We love it.
So cheers to food. No, word jags. And see you later. Wow.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello
there.
Welcome back, listeners.
How you doing? Do you have your proton packs?
Ghost. Oh, proton pack. Yep, because when there's something strange
in the neighborhood.
Who
you get a call? Ghostbusters.
Whoops, spoiler alert. Oh, listeners, I'm going to introduce ourselves because we are not Ghostbusters. What's happening?
I already said wow. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if I'm going to edit them all out this time, Bridge.
Oh, no.
Don't internalize it. It's fine.
Okay. It's just, I never pay attention, clearly. Why I repeat it? Oh, who are we? Okay, let's do it.
All right, so listeners, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And...
Are you the keymaster?
Are you the gatekeeper?
Are you the keymaster? I'm the keymaster.
Oh my god. Wow. What's the movie this week, Bridge? What is it?
It is the 1984 original Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters!
One word, Kate.
It is all one word. That's important.
What a ride, huh? What a movie. What a ride. 1984?
1984, rated PG. You know.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think it's PG. Like, genuine. Yeah.
I mean, you could have some PG-13 moments with, like, the scary ghost popping out, but very rare. Not a lot.
There was some sexual harassment moments, but they weren't, like, Thelma Louise parking lot, you know?
Correct.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Bridge, this is your turn.
Armed with protein packs, 4 paranormal investigators battle mischievous goal.
Wait. Well, hold up. I'm not gonna edit that fucking thing. You say protein packs? Because that's what they sell at the gym. And I gotta go. Oh, God.
I thought it said protein.
I heard it. Listeners, did you hear it? We'll figure out when I edit. What?
Oh my God, I'm gonna pee my pants. Katie, you can't make me think of my words. I'm never.
So sorry. Word jag. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, did I say protein packs? Oh my God.
I think you did. And I'm sorry to point it out. I should have just let it go.
I had no idea. All right, anyways.
Okay.
Armed with proton packs, 4 paranormal Oh my God, I have the giggles. Oh my God. I can't. All right, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, what I read. So, where did I watch this? I think it was on, like, Netflix. It was somewhere free. I don't think I had to pay for this.
I had to rent it. Damn.
I lied. Then I probably rented it.
Okay.
Armed with proton packs, 4 paranormal investigators battle mischievous ghouls in New York that escaped through a getaway from another dimension. Maybe a gateway from another dimension.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 paranormal investigators, you say? Sure.
Is there more than 4?
No, I feel like there's only 3, and then the 4th one just appears for momentarily, and he kind of got shafted.
He did kind of get shafted.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of iconic, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have Dan Aykroyd as Ray. We have Bill Murray as Dr. Venkman. I don't know why Ray isn't a doctor, but whatever.
I think they are doctors, but yeah, only Venkman gets called a doctor.
Okay.
A lot.
And then we have Harold Ramis as Egon. Oh, Egon. I said Igor. Egon.
Harold Ramis, yeah.
And the 4th Ghostbuster, who was like brought on later, is Ernie Hudson as Winston.
Yeah.
Here's my understanding of this movie. You figure out, you're like, all right, there's 3 dudes, which is Egon, Ray, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Venkman, at a fancy university studying, like, basically ghosts. What they call, like, parapsychology? Is that a real thing?
Is that my future?
I was just gonna say,
don't know.
Kate, why haven't you done this? This reminds me of
Poltergeist.
and
I thought of Poltergeist
Candyman.
a lot.
And Candyman, remember that whole spiel? But so right away, get kind of the dean of the school being like, nobody likes your work. You're not giving anything to the school. Your grants aren't funded. You're kicked out. And pretty cavalier. They're like, well, all right. So they leave.
Bye.
Somehow Dan Aykroyd has a very rich, fancy family member. So they get a big bank loan, buy a giant ass building in Manhattan that's essentially an old firehouse, stick the word Ghostbusters on there, and they decide instead of like doing research, they're gonna be like kind of call a service. Like, oh, if you have like bugs and you call like a bug service, now you just like, if you ghost, you call this ghost service.
They're like ghost exterminators, but not via exorcism.
Yes. Now, in the midst of all these things, which I don't know why they did not show this to the university, they have cool laser guns. They have,
yeah, right?
They have these amazing things that catch the ghosts. Then they built this like storage facility for all the ghosts that they catch, so they like don't have the ghosts go out and scare people. So the thing that kind of is like hysterical is at first nobody's really calling them, and to be honest, some people probably don't believe that like there are ghosts and people see ghosts and who's calling. But boy oh boy, it's the 80s, and so they're on TV and they're like, hey, if you want to buy a car
oh my God.
or you see a ghost, give us a call. 1-800-Ghostbusters. And
that fucking commercial.
Sigourney Weaver's like, yo, something's up. And so she rolls up to the place and she goes, these eggs started cracking. I opened the fridge and it was to like this other portal with this person called Zuul. I don't know what's happening. Help me. So they go figure, let's go to her apartment and let's figure it out. And we'll definitely talk about all the sexual, weird, creepy shit that Bill Murray's doing.
Oh, sure will.
But nothing's really happening. However, we realize that this building is this portal to like the dead for all these ghosts. So all these freaking ghosts are popping up. And then business is booming. Everyone's calling. It's like, they're flying here. They're flying there. The cool ass car. They basically
Who
took
you gonna call?
They took a hearse and they like painted it. And they had a cool logo. I have no idea who made their cool logo, but it's basically like a no smoking sign with a ghost. And then they go and they get all the ghosts, and it's just so freaking cool. Then it doesn't get cool because the government.
It's not cool. Yep.
The government comes in and it's the EPA. The EPA.
Every time the government.
And Monsters Inc. It was the CPA, but
oh my god.
It's the EPA. And they're saying, whoa, what are you doing with these ghosties? What are we doing? There's a storage facility. They are holding some sort of hazardous gas. What's happening? And so they just, I don't know, go nuts and turn off the storage. And then all the ghosts get out and everyone like loses their freaking mind. Sigourney Weaver gets possessed. Her weird neighbor Rick Moranis, who has a crush on her, also gets possessed. And then Zuul comes. And then the ending is this crazy Defender possessed thing that's the size of a building. And then they defeat it.
Yeah.
Did I do the
and
movie?
And then they sing Ghostbusters.
But imagine all of that and then 1984. So there's like one woman doesn't pass the Bechdel test. Oh no, there's two. There's two, but the one woman only... Actually, both women are obsessed with the guy, so that doesn't pass.
I do think, though, it does technically pass the Bechdel
test
because their first conversation together is not about a man. It's about, is this the Ghostbusters? And she's like, yeah.
True.
So that might count as okay.
It's on the line. I feel like after having like a giggle fit, which I don't know how you're going to edit that. So sorry. Unprofessional.
That was great. Bridge.
I can't. I actually think I was possessed with a giggle ghost, and I couldn't stop laughing. Thank God I got it under control.
Ghost giggles. Oh my god. Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
I mean, this is a good concept for a movie. And 1984, they swept it up. Fucking took it over. And you did say this is the original because there have been, so there is a sequel.
Yeah.
Some people hate the sequel. I like the sequel.
I don't know enough about it. What's bad about it?
People are like, why is there a fucking baby in here and shit?
Oh,
and I'm like, I don't mind the baby.
Okay.
Then we had a very controversial, very much hated remake. Remake was with all women.
Yeah, did you see it?
You could come to your own conclusions why people hated it, y'all.
Ugh.
I saw parts of it. I didn't see all of it. So I have not given it a fair chance, but I also don't think
we should
many of the reviewers gave it a fair chance. And here we are.
I think that could be a like nostalgic one because I want to see it and have an honest opinion. I'm like, was it actually bad or do you just hate women?
Well, Chris Hemsworth is in it, so I'm always down to look at that man for
Thor.
an hour and a half. And then there was it's canon technically, and I feel like it's somewhat of a sequel something that was called Ghostbusters. Was it Afterlife? That was like the most recent. And I watched that on a plane and I actually really liked it.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. And it's about Harold Ramis's grandchildren moving to a dusty ass desert and finding his ghost shit. And then they have to save the world. And Gozer's there too. And I recommend that.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I did hear they're looking to make another one. So this is like a hot topic.
They're gonna make another one?
Ghostbusters! I think so. I don't know. Dan Aykroyd's just pumping them out. He's got his vodka. He's got his alien conspiracy theories. He's got Ghostbusters Bridge. Let the man live. Okay?
So, as I do, I read Roger Ebert's review on Ghostbusters.
Yes, what was it?
He rated it very high, but one of the things he mentioned where he says typically big special effects, which this movie had a ton, doesn't go well with comedy.
Right.
People, they're not interested in like the funny part because they're paying attention to all the like fancy special effects. But in this movie, it worked. And I never ever thought about that while watching the film. I'm going to be honest, I didn't actually think it was that funny. I thought it was entertaining. You know, but I don't know if that's because it's old, and I was like, ew, Bill Murray, you're kind of creepy. And every now and then I laughed, but I wasn't belly laughing. No. I was just entertained the whole time.
Yeah, I did have some chuckles, but I wasn't like hysterically laughing the whole time.
All right, let's get into it.
Well, Bridge, the first special effect we get is... Oh, and first, everyone, this movie gets bonus points. Sisters bonus points because it has a cold open, which is the best. And this is a great cold open because it's a librarian. This is the fucking actress who was the mom of, Finkel in Ace Ventura. And she goes, Dan Marino can rot in hell. Would you like a cookie? And I was like, oh my God, now she's at the library. So she's a librarian and she gets fucking scared because there's scary library ghosts. And then it's Ghostbusters. I do think the success of this movie is it was like, we know we need a theme song. We need merchandise. We need a fun car and outfits. And we're Gucci. And they hit all those.
Wow, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of it's like a Barbie formula.
It is a little bit because you're like, I could sell a costume. I have a theme song. I have a little car. That's all I have, but I have it.
If you're not dancing with us, I don't know what you're doing.
Side to side,
Pop
everyone
it,
going
left,
on rhythm.
Right?
Whoop,
Here's
pop it.
what I loved about the opening scene. The outfits. We're talking 80s sweaters. We're talking thick. Your mom knit it. Argyle. So itchy. Mustaches everywhere. And this old librarian is in the basement. Digital doesn't exist. She has these physical cards where you say A is where all the A books are and B is where all the B. And
it's a wild Dewey Decimal System down there. Yeah.
And they just start flying out of everything. I kind of agreed with her reaction. I thought, this is terrifying. Then, I don't know, the way that they like kind of interjected the song, like something strange in the neighborhood. You're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome! We could call! We had action right away. The music comes on. And then just Bill Murray's a creep the whole time.
Oh, this is where, and the movie drops down a couple pegs.
Is this like supposed to be a student that he's flirting with?
So.
Ew,
and I wrote, this student should sue someone because I don't think he signed a, oh my God, what the fuck is the name of it? It's something that you legally have to have for any type of research that tells the participants exactly what's going to happen ahead of time so that they don't get electric shocked without consent like this man was.
He was shocked.
And I was kind of like, what are we trying to learn?
I have no idea.
Is there a less, like, what are we doing? And he just uses it to hit on a student as well, which is not cool. I hate it.
So interesting, the humor back then, because basically the humor is, the guy, they're all trying to guess these cards where he's like, what shape, what symbol, whatever. And whatever the hot blonde picks, she's like, you got it, even though she didn't. And whatever the other guy guesses, even if it's right, he's like, you're wrong. And he never shows them the other side of the cards. And this, like, throughout the movie, the theme with Bill Murray is like, I am just a horn dog and I'll do anything to flirt with any women and that's my shtick and I'm cool because of it. Doesn't age well.
He is on a one-way trip to a sexual harassment lawsuit. I can affirm that.
And I gotta say, biggest for me kind of breath of this movie was Dan Aykroyd. Because Dan Aykroyd comes in and he is all business. He is so into his work. He is like, yippee-ki-yay, I'm one step ahead from the alien cone heads. I'm on my path. Like, he is just, he's like, there's paranormal activity in the New York City Library. I get nerds. I love nerds. I don't love Bill Murray's creepiness.
And I'm also like, why are you three friends? Like, that's a weird setup. Because Dan Aykroyd's so excited about the ghost shit, and the Bill Murray's like, ugh, you believe in ghosts? I was like, I'm sorry, don't you have your doctorate in this category, sir? What the fuck?
And, okay, the balance was somewhat good because Bill Murray's like, well, we get false alarms. Why are you, like, believing it's real? Let's just see what happens. And let's talk about Egon, Kate. Do we think he is potentially on the spectrum, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
I wish that actually could be acknowledged and celebrated, but instead we just...
No, it's for jokes, Bridge.
Yeah,
you don't know.
We kind of make fun of him, which I don't think is cool. But his character was really fun because it was like a crescendo. It was like super intense with Egon. Then like, you know, Dan Aykroyd was like a little lighter but still super nerdy. And then like Bill Murray's like, no, I'm cool, but I'm also a nerd. And you're like,
it's like, which nerd would you like out of the three?
And Winston, as we have mentioned, has gotten ignored, but he doesn't come in all the way to the end, and Winston is clearly the coolest one out of all of them by the end.
Winston would probably be like, why am I hanging out with these friggin' jabronis?
I just read jabronis. I just write a question. I go, they're all doctors? Like, what?
That's the origin story I would like, but I don't think we're ever going to get
that. Oh my god, can you imagine Ghostbusters of them getting their PhDs in these fields?
I really can't at all. So it will probably never be a movie. But so they go to the library and they're like, let's go find this fucking ghost. They find some goopy shit down there. Lots of goop. It's a lot. Ugh. And then they literally see a ghost, and it's an old lady who I guess you assume is like a dead librarian, right? Because she's like, tells him to shut up.
She seems very peaceful.
You know, Bridget, here's the thing. If you're a dead librarian, you're a dead librarian. You like books, right?
You love them.
Why would you leave your ghost goopy shit all over the books and scare the other librarian? What's the MO?
I don't know.
What's the ghost motivation?
I don't know if there's librarian beef on like how it was organized, how the Dewey what's the system? I wanted to say the Dewey Decimal system. That's not right. How it was organized. Maybe she's pissed. Maybe she's like, you put my book in section 2, but it really should be in section 37. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know these things, but I gotta tell you, seems pretty peaceful, like to die and just read books in your beautiful nightgown floating. And then if anyone annoys me, I could turn into like an evil ghost and scare the shit out of them. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that was great too, because it just shows the guys like running away. So you're like, oh, you guys are like kind of dumb. They're not like suave and, you know, put together at all.
And that was the only part that I'd be like, this could be PG-13 in this moment, even though I'm a wussy pants. It immediately goes to the university being like, why are you packing up our office? We're terminating your grant. Your theories are the worst. You're terrible scientists.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
I agree with the dean. What was the purpose of the electric shock experiment? All right, give me your abstract.
He's
all
like,
right, we're going to peer review it.
He's like, this student came in and said you shot them, so you're all fired. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was fair. And then immediately, like literally 10 seconds later, they're like, anyway, we have a machine that can like catch ghosts. So like, what can we do with that? And then the next scene is the three of them walk out of a bank.
Oh my God.
And Dan Aykroyd goes, my parents left me that house when they died. And Bill Murray goes, it's okay. Everyone has 3 mortgages these days. Wait, I hate that. I mean, that's a lie.
Wait.
And I'm having trauma. Yep.
I want to quickly go back. My little professor brain is feeling poked because Dan Aykroyd is like, what are we supposed to do if we can't work at a university? We've been shunned. Where are we supposed to work? He's like, the private sector expects results. I was like,
that is fucking funny.
Wow. I was like, I live both of these lives, and
oh my God,
this is way too real, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh my
and then
God.
I absolutely just wrote, wow, they go into a bank and get a ton of money. 80s.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, it's like playing Monopoly out there. And then they go and buy the firehouse, which this scene, I literally wrote, I go, sometimes I'm Egon, sometimes I'm Ray. Because Egon is like, this building is structurally falling apart and it's going to be a money pit and everything's wrong. And then Ray slides down a fire pole and he goes, this is great, let's get it. And I was like, I'm both.
I'm Ray.
I'm actually both sometimes. Got a fire pole? I'll be there. All right.
Well, and just when you're starting to be like, I don't know how we got here, the movie, let's face it, 1984, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, scene, cut. You get to Sigourney, and then you see her annoying neighbor, Rick Moranis.
Oh, dear.
As she walks to her door, he, like, comes out and follows her as a chatty Cathy.
Is there another stairwell we could go up? Because there's got to be another way. I don't like it.
She tried to tippy-tappy-toe past him. Didn't work.
I just feel like she got harassed the whole movie.
The whole movie.
She get a break? Come on. This
harassed, terrified from her Zuul, possessed.
Scary eggs, yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, and, Rick Moranis is a nerd who gets locked out of his apartment, and you're like, LOL. But this is where she sees the shit in her fridge, the eggs explode. It's fucking crazy.
Pretty good effects, too. I gotta say, not the fridge. The fridge was stupid, but the eggs were cool.
The egg popping, I know. I was like, oh, wow, those are
like, how'd
really
you do that? That's cool.
And cooking. I don't know. But pretty quickly after this, the Ghostbusters, I guess, now formed their LLC. Who knows if they actually registered it with the Better Business Bureau. But they made a commercial, and I was like, this is a quick commercial you made. Damn.
First of all, they only acknowledge this, like, later. Let's assume they get, I don't know, $100,000. Let's just assume, 1984. I don't know. Mm-hmm. They blow through $100,000 in, like,
a
week. And yes! I'm like, yeah, bro, you bought a building. You're throwing major national commercials. You're figuring out, like, these fancy laser guns. Yeah. You bought a car. Like, of course you don't have any money left.
Yeah, and the commercial looked like one of our, home videos. So I was like, guys, where's the money go?
It really gave me, like, car salesman vibes. Do you remember growing up? Some of the car salesmen?
Bridge, do you not know about Degrassi and Joey, who's a car salesman? Oops. Did I reference Degrassi?
You did.
Whatever it takes.
It's your wow.
So sorry.
We had, growing up, I don't think anyone that we know will know these people, but their last name was the Schwartz.
They're still a thing.
Okay.
And Sansone.
Okay. They were the Schwartz. They had a big car realtor, and their whole shtick was, may the Schwartz be with you. Like, the force.
How did they not get sued? Is that...
I don't know, but now that I'm an adult, makes me laugh so freaking hard, and that is how I imagine the Ghostbusters watching May the Schwartz be with you, and they're like, we got this. And they're like, do you have strange things happening in your house? Do you have ghosts that no one believes you? Is something spooky happening in the neighborhood? Give us a call. It's like, well, this is amazing.
Then they're just standing there in their boxers awkwardly. Yeah, so, I don't know, the commercial gets the job done, because...
It does.
Sigourney Weaver, who is Dana, her name is Dana, she's like, I gotta go talk about this shit. And she goes, and now their place is like, I don't know, a little more set up. They have a secretary, Janine.
Okay, they have...
Janine the Queen, as I like to call her.
They have an employee. Annie Potts is Janine, who loves Egon. Do they fall in love in other movies? Like, do they get married?
No, I'm pretty sure that she dates Rick Moranis in the second one.
No!
I know.
She should date Egon. She clearly loves
like days
Egon.
of our lives out here. I know.
It's exhausting. But she was really, really great. She was like, hi, hello, do you really have a ghost? Or I get
don't
in line?
Fucking care. I was like, I love this so much.
I love her so much.
And right away, Bill Murray goes back into creep mode, and he's like, a lady. Oh my god, cool. I'll talk with her. And they do. Okay, this is what I will say. Even though I don't think the Ghostbusters act fast on Dana's circumstance. They do offer to, like, look into it. They're like, one person will look at your apartment, one person will look up about the building, one person will do research on Zuul. So I was like, okay, we're covering the bases. I appreciate it. I didn't appreciate taking, like, more than a week to do that.
Oh.
Or more. I don't know what the timeline is. But, of course, Bill Murray's the one that's like, I'll go with you to your apartment. And I was like, no, please no.
She says to him, she goes, you act like a game show host more than a scientist.
Oh my God. I literally was like, I have to say that to more men. Like, I need to remember that line. That needs to be infused in my vocabulary because
whatever their job is, let's say they're like finance bro, insert lawyer, anything. You could be like, you act like a game show host more than a, and then insert. I love it.
Yeah.
And then if they get mad at you, you could be like, have you never seen Ghostbusters?
That's what I'm going to do. That's the plan in my brain. So, okay.
Thank you for that commercial break. Ghostbusters!
Wow.
Anyways, so.
All right, so.
Here's the thing. Bill Murray is not great at this. And he comes to the house, right? Are we at the point where he comes to the house and nothing's there?
They're at the house and he's like...
Nothing's there.
What the fuck is he even doing? He has like a long metal stick and he's like...
I hate it.
I'm doing research.
You know what it reminded me of?
I don't fucking believe it.
You know those like ladies on like Instagram that have those like crisscross wands?
The
and they're
dowsing rods?
Is that what they're called?
I feel like yes. Where they're like, if they cross, there's a ghost. And I was like, but you crossed. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
But it's like one of those things where they're like, tell me, do you want this? Yes or no? Oh, it moved to the yes or whatever it was. He just seemed a little kind of fake with what he was doing. And she felt
Gwyneth
stupid.
Paltrow goop.
She hadn't been at the place. She felt stupid. She went. She's like, I'm not crazy. He's like, okay. Here's where the movie gets weird. He just professes his love for her. And he says,
not cute.
I'm in love with you and won't leave. And
she literally pushes him out of the apartment. And I was like, girl, change your locks. I'm scared. I hate it.
Well, and that's what doesn't age well because he's funny. And I'm just this like innocent dude. You're like, no, you're not. I'm this innocent white dude. You're like, no, you're not. I get at the time it made sense and it was cute. It felt so extreme. I would have loved if he was a little bit more, hey, are you single? Like subtle, you know? Oh, no one else is here. Are you single? Oh, would you ever want to go on a date? Like, he didn't do any of that. He just went to, I'm madly in love with you. So weird!
He's fucking weird.
Weird.
But Bridge, don't worry because we're already out of our petty cash because we spent it on Chinese food.
Oh.
Is that what you do with your petty cash? But it's cool because then Janine, who I don't know what Janine's working hours are because it looked like dinner time and I think she should form her own union because I'm worried about it. She is still working and she gets a call that's like a legit call and then she hangs up and she goes, we got one! And then she burns the buzzer and they
fly down the pole and they get in a car and it's like,
and it's like 80s music like I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
I absolutely loved this part. I loved that it's in New York City. I love that their car is flying. I love that they own this crazy mansion building that, let's face it, would be like $40 million today.
Oh my god.
I mean, just awesome. But is this when they go to the hotel? This is when they go to the hotel,
yes,
right?
And this hotel is like a really fancy hotel and the guy who called them is like, I really hope they can be like discreet. And she's like, they totally will be. And then they walk in and Bill Murray goes, hey, anybody seen a ghost? Which I was like, is that another line I should adopt and say when I walk into parties? I think so. I think it could be.
Kate, they are faced with the green, hungry, amazing ghost, Slimer.
Do you remember his name? Slimer! I remember Slimer. Slimer's for the kids, right, guys?
Jimmy,
for the children.
our brother Jimmy, definitely had a figurine that was Slimer because we had all these Ghostbusters cool action figure toys, like you mentioned, Kate. The film did well. because it is merchandise. And holy cow, I laughed so hard. My nostalgia heart exploded when I saw Slimer shoving food. Because let's face it, we've all shoved room service down our throats.
He's just a hungry boy.
He's just a hungry boy, and they're searching for him, and it's on the 12th floor, and they don't know what's happening, and it ain't good, and he's just running from him, and he slimes Bill Murray. He does. He gives him a
Bill
slime.
Murray deserved it, so I was like, good choice.
I liked it.
Good choice.
Yeah.
And then Bill Murray goes, he slimed me, and Ray goes, that's great! I was like, again, Ray, am I you? So this is where they first are testing their Ghostbusters equipment, and their equipment includes, so they have their proton, not protein packs. Although there might have been protein in it, but I don't know.
Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams. Apparently this technology involves like a nuclear reactor, which I was like, oh my god, is Oppenheimer or something? Okay. Anyway. And then they have a machine that opens and like sucks in the ghosts and
like a
keeps
vacuum.
them inside. Yeah, like keeps them inside forever. So we see them do that, but they never tested their guns before this. What?
They're scientists, they're not like shooters.
Well,
right?
Wouldn't you want to test your gun though?
I agree.
If that were the case.
I agree.
Okay.
They were bad at it, and they ruined this hotel banquet room. Ruined it.
Yeah.
Chandelier to the ground. Holes burnt in the side. All the tables messed up, and the hotel kept being like, don't worry, the event will still happen. It was not happening, Kate. It was definitely not happening.
I don't think it was happening. Also, then they were out of like $5,000.
Yo, let's talk about the most 80s moment ever. Is they have the ghost in the trap that's like smoking. The hotel guy's like, oh my god, wow, thank you so much. What do I owe you? Meanwhile, they have thousands of dollars in damages in this hotel. And they're
really
like,
do.
man, $5,000. He's like, that is too expensive. Now 1984, $5,000. That's like you and me being like, man, $30,000.
Yeah, right? Are you kidding?
And he's like, I'm not paying that. He goes, well, I'll let this ghost out right here. And the guy goes, okay, I'll send you the check. I mean, pretty good business scheme, right?
I guess. I didn't see any contract signed, so I don't know what will hold up in court, but like, yeah, I guess that's good.
All right. We get to my favorite part and also my favorite Bob scene.
Better not be the Ray gets a ghost dream blowjob because I gotta go.
That is not my favorite, but that's the Bob scene, Kate. Okay. That's the Bob scene.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, let's give it its moment.
Oh.
Did you all hear what Katie said? Katie? Please say it slower for everyone to understand what's happening.
Okay, the Ray ghost dream blowjob. Because that's what that was. Did we need it?
I hated
Who needed it?
Why am I seeing Dan Aykroyd have a ghost take off his pants to give him a blowjob? I don't.
If you're a ghost and you can float anywhere and give anyone a blowjob, I'm not picking Britney Spears' Crossroads Dad. I'm sorry. There are way better choices to go with. I'm sorry.
Don't think I'm ever doing.
Real.
I'm never doing that in Ghost World. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm never doing it. Because I don't think we get pleasure that way because our bodies are gone. It's weird. Okay. Okay, it's a job. All right, you're done.
It was a fucking Bob scene.
It was so stupid. Then this is the fun part. The fun part is like montage, which is just
I love the montage.
Business is booming. The ghost car's going. Everyone's like, "Go Ghostbusters!" Larry King's like, "How you guys getting all these ghosts?" And then
Larry King.
It's a young Larry King. And shit's crazy. Everyone's going nuts, and they're just rolling in the dough. It's all worth it. You love it. It's a big, big high. But then we get to more of the difficult stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta hire a new person because we are stressed. This is right before the EPA comes in.
Yes. So this is Ernie Hudson, who plays Winston. I don't believe Winston has prior ghost experience because he goes to the interview and Janine's like, do you believe in? And she lists off all the things that I believe in, paranormal-wise. And he goes, I'll believe whatever if I can get paid. And then they're like, you're hired. And I was like, damn!
Best interview ever.
Even? God.
I really hope that's how you hire your next anybody. Do you just ask a series of, do you believe in ghosts? And then when they're done, you're like, I'm so sorry, that was from Ghostbusters. I'm so sorry.
Welcome to my corporate office. Anyway, tell me about your thoughts on ghosts. Ever seen one? Let me know.
Here's what was cool about Winston. Winston was kind of like how we all felt, right? He's looking around, he's like, what is this thing? Wait, what are we doing? You guys are gonna do what? This seems stupid. What? Like, he always played the audience's take, and it was funny because you thought, yeah, I don't get it either. I'm so glad someone's saying this to their face.
It's true. And they explain to him, like, yeah, we get this big electric ghost storage system. I don't know the science, neither do we, but there it is. And Winston's like, I don't want to touch that. And then, Bridge, we have a dumbass scene of Dana leaving her job, just trying to live her life without harassment, but it's not possible.
It's not possible.
And Bill Murray appears from the shadows and is like, well, go to dinner with me, Dana! And fucking fine. And I was like, Dana.
Well, and he doesn't approach her and say, hey, we figured out more stuff on your case. He's just like, hey, I love you. So weird. He's like, that other guy's got nothing with me. I hated it. Bill Murray.
They set a date for that night, and then Dana goes home, and she immediately gets turned into a demon dog. Wow. Or attacked by one, or I don't even know.
So Zuul, let's talk about Zuul. Zuul was a really weird old doctor that did experiments on people and then like became this god from the dead world.
Zuul wasn't the dog? Or
wait,
I didn't realize Zuul was a human. I'm lost. I don't know now. I don't know.
Katie's face was so confused. So then that's what I understand on the history of it. And then the things on top of the building where this guy would perform his rituals were these kind of concrete dogs. And
like
so
they look like dog gargoyles.
I know,
yeah.
I'm getting to them. So then
just bring a picture. Damn.
So then Zuul possesses the dogs and they're dogs, Kate. But the story is that the dogs actually came from like that weird lady that looked like who is the famous rock
Gozer.
star? No, who is the David Bowie?
Oh. Alright, so Dana's a demon dog, something, and that sucks. And now she calls herself the gatekeeper. And she is looking for the key master.
Yeah.
And that's about all we got. And yes, then we kind of switch away. And this is where the EPA comes in. Bridge, I'm going to ask you a question. Because I feel like most people have seen this. Have you ever seen the Simpsons movie?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember in that movie that they also had EPA, which if you don't know what that is, it's the Environmental Protection Agency. Like, their job is to make sure that we're not fucking up the environment. Mainly by going to corporate businesses. Do they do a great job?
Done a great job.
I don't know.
So
they don't do a great job. But in the Simpsons movie, they were also, like, made the bad guys. And now, like, looking back, I'm kind of like, why did we pick them to be, like, what?
Yeah.
It feels like
were they that bad? Okay.
Like, their job is actually, like, pretty good. So, like, why are they the bad people? But,
yeah.
I get it in this context, though, because the guy comes in being like, you're using up the electricity grid. And I was like, okay, maybe, but they are paying for it as well. So I don't know. But then the guy was like, you guys are scamming people out of money, and I don't like it. And I was like, well, fuck you. Go write about your feelings on Reddit like the rest of us.
Wow.
I don't know why you gotta come in here and be rude. I'm just saying.
The whiplash from supporting the EPA to hating this guy, I have a neck ache.
I can feel both at the same time. Yep.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
so,
I can.
I've actually used this specific scenario in some of my consulting moments.
Wow.
Because...
This Ghostbusters?
Yes.
EPA example? What?
Yes, because they use all this technical jargon, and it's like the tech people being like, hey, this is like really bad, like don't do that thing. And then like the manager being like, you're just not listening to me, it's disobeying. But they're not like speaking the same language because they're using all this like technical jargon. And it's my example of like how to communicate better.
Oh, That's a good example,
Right?
though.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's not good because opening up the storage for all of the ghosts, which by the way, this was busy season. I mean, we're talking like 100 ghosts.
Pretty busy.
And then mayhem happens. Then New York City is just, wow. I think what it is now, which is just crazy people.
Well, yeah. And there are, like, that isn't a fully continuous thing that happens. Because the first time the guy comes in, they kind of argue, but then he leaves. And he's like, I'll be back. And he comes back pretty quickly. And within that timing as well, freaking Rick Moranis also gets attacked by a dog.
Oof.
Why Rick Moranis
I don't know.
was chosen of an entire party of people, which, by the way, he goes, I'm an accountant and I'm having a party. I didn't invite any friends. I only invited clients so I can use it as a tax write-off. Rick? What the fuck?
Zuul was coming for you.
Is that what you would do in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Actually, that guy probably would.
You know, anytime I see Rick Moranis, I keep thinking, oh, I love that guy. You know, because he left acting at the height of his career to help his family for his sick wife.
Dad.
Just to be a dad.
And maybe he's coaching the Little Giants. Who knows?
I just wonder, what is he doing as Becky's dad?
Oh.
Check out that episode.
Icebox. Oh my god.
But the dog follows him all the way to Central Park. It's not good. He gets possessed. And then he's just kind of being weird.
He gets attacked outside of a rich people restaurant and literally gets murdered. And everyone's like, anyway.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, that's a little too real for me. Yeah, but somehow, so Rick Moranis somehow ends up at the Ghostbusters place. Bill Murray ends up at Dana's place. Everybody's possessed. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. And this is where Egon is like, hey guys, just so you know, like, all my, like, research is showing me that everything's about to explode. It's gonna be horrible. Just so you know. And you're like, Egon?
Oh god.
Should we be worried? Should we, like, do more things than we're doing now? But they don't.
They don't.
And then the EPA comes in and turns off the system.
It's not good, everybody. And Winston's like, wait a second, didn't you just say stuff's gonna be bad?
Yep, it was pretty fucking bad timing. And then we get Ghost Skybeams. And there's a really weird song that they play that is literally just some guy slowly going, magic. It's like, ba-da-ba-ba-da, magic.
Ooh,
and like that was
that.
the song, and I was like, "This better not be on the CD because I don't want to. I don't want to listen to that."
I remember that because I was distracted by Bill Murray and Dana trying to flirt, but Dana was possessed, and she's like, "Dana is not here, Zuul is," and Bill Murray's like, "Well, I can get used to a kind of eccentric girl." You're like, I don't know what's happening, and then even Bill Murray was turned off by her possessed state,
which, like, thank God, right? Because I was like, oh Jesus.
She was levitating from the bed. I don't know what's happening. And then he, like, tranquilized her.
He did, and there was a part where he kind of, like, weirdly kissed her neck.
Ew.
And I was like, that actually was not cool, Bill. You know, I mean, the neck is also possessed, so think about that. Bet you didn't think about it like that, did you? Anyway, so everything's wrong, and there's all these ghost shit, and then the Ghostbusters get arrested, and now we're in jail. And what are you gonna do? You're in jail. It's crazy.
Kate, if we're ever in jail, I'm gonna say we.
Oh.
Let's say we fight the good fight. I would be so excited to be in jail with a Ghostbuster talking about this building and just happening to have an architectural design.
Giant building blueprint. I died. I was like, what the fuck? Who let them bring that in there? Do we have snacks too?
He's like,
do you guys have a protein pack?
Why is this protein pack building designed the way it's designed? It makes absolutely no sense. And then when you tie it with this biblical story about Zuul, nothing makes sense. They're like, we need to figure this out. Now, thank God somebody steps in and bails them out. And it's
Who bails them
mayor?
Out?
Is it the mayor?
Oh, maybe because they go to the mayor.
The EPA guy is pissed. And the mayor's like, listen, I know you did your thing, but there's like actual ghosts on the street and like they're called Ghostbusters. So like I kind of gotta side with them, bro.
Wait, I have another line I want to adopt in my repertoire that happens in this scene because the EPA guy goes on his Reddit conspiracy theory. It's more of a QAnon conspiracy theory of these men are releasing nerve gas and that's causing hallucinations. So everyone thinks they're seeing ghosts. And the mayor turns to the Ghostbusters and he goes, is this true? And Bill Murray goes, yes, it's true. This man has no dick. And again, it's going to be rare instances, but if someone turns to me and says, is this true? I'm going to try my darndest to have that be my response.
I hope I'm there, Kate.
All right. I hope there's a man there too. Otherwise, it's not going to work very well, but we'll see.
I'll still laugh.
Thanks,
So then
Bridge.
the mayor's like, let's do this Ghostbusters. And what we don't know what's happening is the gatekeeper and the keymaster have found each other.
Oh, they found each other and made out for a second, and then it opened
weird.
something door, and now they're on the roof.
Wait, can we also just quickly talk about how the priest shows up to the mayor's office?
Oh,
and I could
Bridget?
not. I could not.
That was another Bob scene, because the mayor is like, oh, thank God you're here, Father, and then he, like, kisses his hand, and I wrote, this is really intimate. You guys won't be alone. I hate it. And then the priest does nothing, and is like, good luck. And I was like, what the fuck?
I swear to God. The vibe in the room just dropped. The priest came in.
Everyone was like,
All the scientists were like,
Jesus.
He waved his little thing, said his blessing. No place. Church and state. No place.
I didn't ask. It is church and state. Bullshit. I hate it.
But
anyway,
Zuul is all powerful while all this shenanigans are happening. Their building loses its mind. There's just a stairwell. Then there's these giant pillars. David Bowie is coming out from the ground into this incredible leotard.
Wow.
And the Sigourney and Rick Moranis turn into dogs.
Now they're actually dogs. Yes.
Okay.
Like they look like dogs.
And we're like, what happens now? The Ghostbusters are like, can we go?
I don't know if Gozer had a plan.
I don't think so.
Because Gozer kind of just chills there.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, now we're gonna let's take a breather.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters gotta climb up 100 flights of stairs, so we're just gonna wait.
I gotta say, that was a lot of stairs.
The Ghostbusters get a police brigade to shuttle them to this building. Outside this building, mind you, it's end of days.
Oh my God.
Some people were like, it's time to crowd out because the Ghostbusters are coming down the red carpet. Everybody get your cameras. And
I laughed
God damn it.
so hard at this.
It's so dumb, but I was like, there fucking would be people who do this in real life.
It gave me some
God.
Independence Day vibes. Welcome the aliens.
Welcome the aliens. Yep.
Everybody listen to us right now. If you're smart enough to listen to us, as you do regularly, as you download and also rate, subscribe, review.
Look like we're subscribed.
Is if an alien or ghosts are coming to your city, they are not nice. They're not nice. No. You're not having any Caspers. That's
Casper is the minority.
Exactly. They're bad. Run away. No crowds.
No crowds, but they fucking crowd. And then the Ghostbusters are like, hey everyone. Hello.
Seriously thought of themselves as the Queen of England.
I literally was like, get the fuck up there, you guys. Wasting time. But it's cool because Gozer causes a sinkhole because Gozer's also done with this shit. And I was like, thank you, Gozer. I would have done the same, honestly. Okay? But nobody dies because it's PG. And now they walk up 100 flights of stairs and they finally get to the top.
Oh
and Gozer's just chilling there with the dogs. And they're like, whoa, Gozer's a lady. I was like, what the fuck? You guys are so annoying. And somebody goes, Gozer can be whatever it wants to be. And I was like, fuck yeah! Put that on a shirt and sell it. That's right.
Wait! Should that be us? Should we do it?
Gozer is whatever it wants to be. Yes.
I'm taking notes right now. You know, but Kate, at this point, there's a lot of back and forth. I'm actually kind of not paying attention to most of it, but it's pretty. It's pretty. I'm like, there's a lot happening here. And then what I understand is Gozer says, pick your defender.
It's choose the form of your destructor.
Okay, that's better. That's more of the truth than my caveat.
Okay.
And I thought, I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. And this made me laugh so hard. I knew this was coming. I just didn't know the tee up. I love Dan Aykroyd so much for this moment.
I have to say, though...
Did you hate it? What, did you think it was cheesy?
No, I 100% love it.
Okay.
But I just thought it was funny how all of the other Ghostbusters were like, well, we didn't think of anything. And I was like, that's not how brains work. You don't just not have thoughts, you smooth-brained dumb boys. Like, you had a thought.
No, Egon definitely didn't. Egon was like, I'm thinking of nothing.
He was like, He's like, static is going.
And Bill Murray's like, boobies, boobies, boobies.
Yo, the form of the destructor being boobies, I don't know. That Bill Murray might not be able to beat that. He's gonna succumb to the boobs, okay? But it's so funny, but I just was like, there's no way only one person thought of something. And the fact that he thought of a fucking marshmallow, like, mascot.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Amazing.
I love, too, that he's
amazing.
Like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it. My brain went to being a kid and thinking of marshmallows. This is their Scary Movie moment, by the way. Scary Movie came out of this moment. They're like, wait, you can make fun of a movie in a movie? This is perfect.
And Bridge, what other movie does a homage to this scene?
Oh, I don't know. Which one is it?
It used to make our little sister Mary cry hysterically, and we'd have to fast forward through it as we watched in the car. It's a sequel to a movie that we did review already.
No idea. What is it? Wait, what is it? I'm blanking.
It's Shrek 2. Because the gingerbread man, there's a giant gingerbread man that like ravages.
I was thinking of marshmallows. I'm like, who's a marshmallow?
Oh, sorry, it's gingerbread. Yeah, Mary used to cry hysterically. We'd have to fast forward. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, now we got a marshmallow man, and they're like, how the fuck are we gonna defeat this marshmallow? He's stomping. I actually like the marshmallow effects. I thought they were really okay looking.
They were so good.
Yeah.
They were so good. I mean, honestly, the only thing that was cheesy was the, like, Zuul futuristic thing. Other than that...
like the background.
Yeah, other than that,
shit.
it held up. There was explosives, and it was great. All the slime, all the, like... Seeing the marshmallow's face be angry made me laugh so hard.
So funny.
It was great.
God, I got so upset. Yes, but they say, all right, this could be the end. So guys, we're gonna go out crossing the streams as men do. And I don't know, nobody dies apparently except Gozer. And they defeat the marshmallow and it explodes. And that's it.
They drive away like kings with the crowd, and everyone's cheering.
Dana's alive, too, and so is Rick Moranis,
they're fine.
By the way.
Then they're fine.
They just emerge from the gargoyles like, anywho, here we are. And I was like, okay, sure.
They come out of it like it's a chocolate Easter egg. They just crack through it.
They really do. They fucking do. Oh my god. And then the music's like
I am afraid of no ghost. This reminds me of what we brought up way long ago where our cousin Ronnie would come over with our brother Jimmy. They had the Ghostbuster. They had the outfits. Jimmy, there's definitely a video of Jimmy coming up and shooting Dad, who's in a white
sheet.
A white sheet as a ghost. And then cousin Ronnie, they zoom into the Ghostbuster car and someone is pulling it with a string.
Yeah.
And cousin Ronnie, who is similar age to our brother Jimmy, but was always like 100 feet taller because he always was the tallest kid ever, comes out and then also gets our dad, and our dad falls to the ground. I mean, what?
I'm pretty sure that production value was the same as the Ghostbusters commercial. So, I mean,
incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
Oh my god, I forgot to tell you I have a story about Ghostbusters that I referenced in the last video. I will tell it super quick because this just describes me to a T.
I will tell it now.
Senior year of college. I, at the time, lived with 3 boys.
Hey!
Not 1, not 2, 3 boys, 3 Ghostbusters.
How was that?
I was
cleaning.
I was Winston, for sure. It is Halloween weekend, which sounds super fun and great. Or it was like getting close to Halloween weekend. It wasn't super fun and great this year because this was 2012. And in the state of New Jersey, in the tri-state area, we had had Hurricane Sandy, which was absolutely devastating and horrible. So everyone was like homebound.
Wow.
And I thought it would be a great idea to have my then boyfriend stay with me for more than a handful of hours. And well, by the next day, I was like, this was the worst decision I ever made. Thankfully, one of my male roommates was a real big pot smoker and was like, hey guys, do you want to make pot brownies? And I was like, yes! Yes, I do, please. So that was the first time I had pot brownies. Then we ended up going to our other friend's apartment in the same complex. And while in there, after I had at least 2 brownies, we watched Ghostbusters. And Bridge, I swear to God, the entire time, I kept hearing like noises that were not the movie. To the point where I was like, guys, is this place haunted? Like, what? Something's happening. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then literally, Bridge, the movie ends. And I was like, all right, let me go to the bathroom. And I go in the other room. And the noises I were hearing were literally just other people having conversations in the other room.
So I thought you were going to tell me that all you wanted was like marshmallows for your munchies. And you kept eating marshmallows. But I love that too. What a good time. Because that boyfriend didn't work out.
Used unhealthy coping skills with Ghostbusters in the background.
Oh my God, incredible.
It's all good.
I love that story so much. We should make pot brownies and watch Ghostbusters and do it again.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Let's have a remake. Let's watch the new one. Wow. Well, as we do, Kate, it's time for my pick.
Woo!
And it is spooky season, which you have yelled at me multiple times to
I
say.
Didn't yell. I didn't yell. I asked a clarifying question.
Oh, okay.
Just
Let
a
the listeners
question.
decide. That seems like a yell.
True.
So this is a listener pick, but it's a listener pick that I actually just sent a text to my bestie, and I said, "Hey, you love horror movies. What should we watch?" And her name is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
I'm pretty sure you don't listen, Stacy, but if you do, this one's for you. So
Wow.
it's from 2001.
Oh.
It is described, and I hope you believe this is worthy of spooky season, a
Okay.
science fiction psychological thriller.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you some people in it.
Tell me.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Jenna Malone,
Oh.
Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Oh.
Drew Barrymore.
I know it.
What is it, Kate?
Donnie Darko.
Hey!
Hey!
What do you think? Is it a good one?
This is a good pick for Halloween because they go to a costume party at one point in the movie and then horrible things happen. Yay!
I've never seen it. I know nothing about it.
Oh my God, you've never seen it?
No.
Oh shit, Bridget.
Is it scary? Oh no. Oh no. Is it
It's
bad?
like it's more like trippy and freaky but there is one scene that I don't like that's scary, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it's quick, I
it's
guess.
for
I don't know.
you and Stacy.
Okay. Thanks. Wow. I can't believe you've never seen this.
I don't know. I don't want to watch scary movies. So.
This movie does give me kind of similar to like Fight Club vibes, where it's like kind of pretentious film bros are like, actually, this movie speaks to me because, and you're like, shut up, no, quiet you. But we'll talk about it.
I can't wait.
Wow, Frank the Bunny. We can see him. Pretty sure his name's Frank.
I don't know anything about it,
sure.
so we'll find out.
Okay. Well, Bridge,
Kate.
I just want to say,
Yeah, I do.
if
Let's say it.
we were Ghostbusters and someone came and was trying to shut our shit down, it would definitely be a white dude trying to do it, because we know how that goes. And the mayor was there too, and the mayor is like, is this all true? I would go, yes, it's true. This man has no dick. And then you and I would high five, and then we might get sent back to jail, but it's okay because we would have protein packs.
Wow, Kate,
And
that was
that's
for
what I
me,
would do.
right?
It was.
For me?
Because I'm giving you a laugh and a high five. Yep.
Well, Kate, to support that scene, I would actually pull up my consulting communication slide where I would describe to them how this is typically where there's a break in communication and they should be better. Everyone listens, learns, and then the city's saved.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow.
Listeners, if you also think that using that scene to teach children about communication is brilliant, sense?
These are adults,
Maybe
but I like
I'll
children.
do that somewhere. I mean, they're adult children. They're
Okay.
children. Sure. And if you think that, Ghostbusters, they just found a niche and did their shit, and maybe they should do a better commercial. Maybe they should hire our dad and our brother Jimmy and our cousin Ronnie.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool commercial. And if you think that ghosts are real and so are aliens, at your next interview for a potential employee, make sure you ask these important questions.
Definitely.
And possibly only those questions for your candidate, because that's what you need to know.
Yes.
If you think all that, you should write us a review.
Woo!
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So our next movie is a listener picked by Stacy. Stacy did not go on the website.
She didn't.
Fill out the form.
She didn't.
But you can do that.
You can.
Okay. Yes, and it is spoopy season, so make sure you give us your spoops.
Here's the thing, listeners. We would have picked from the list, but there wasn't a spook.
I didn't see spoops on the list.
There wasn't a spooky one. So you got to give us a spooky one in a timely manner. I'm specifically talking to my husband, who keeps requesting things in the wrong season. And I was like, I love your request, honey, but you gotta line them up. And he was like, oh, okay. But also to all the other listeners, okay?
Yeah, what she said. And Bridge, what else can they do on the website?
Buy us coffee, which is money. It is in our petty cash that we will not blow because it's not the 80s.
Not for Chinese food, yeah.
Also, there's merchandise. Kate, what's our shirt gonna say?
Oh, shit. Gozer can be what it wants to be, or something. Something like that, yeah.
And then you can buy merchandise and laugh about it and have a good old time.
Okay? Yeah, so check all that out, listeners. And we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for Donnie Darko. I do know a quote from this movie that doesn't describe the movie at all, but it is kind of funny. It's this woman who's yelling at another woman, and she goes, "I seriously doubt your commitment to sparkle motion," which is like a children's dance thing. Anyway, it makes sense in context.
Wow.
LOL. Yeah.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts, okay?
Oh. If this was a video podcast, this is where I would like edit in our home video of the Ghostbusters stuff as we're singing
and
over
then it's
it.
Us slapping Bill Murray to stop being so creepy. We're like, Bill Murray, be better. He's like, oh. We're telling the priest and Bill Murray to talk.
Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god. I
love you. I love you. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.